Hello everyone, welcome back to Fix the Family. My name is Raylan Alama and we are bringing you truth without compromise for the family. This is Decadence Alive, talking about the moral decay that is going on around us and us as Catholics, bringing the fix to it. Now this time we'll talk about divorce, and who of us doesn't know of a married couple who has become divorced? And we want to talk about the Catholic fix to that. And really it's that there is no Catholic divorce to speak of. It's non-existent, and something Catholics shouldn't even give any kind of consideration to. How do I know that? Well, let's look at the papal documents, the teaching magisterium function of the Church. Let's look at Pope Pius XI, one of my favorite documents, Casti Connubii, back in 1930. He says here that what our position or understanding of this should be. He says, if anyone say that the Church errs in having taught or in teaching that according to the teaching of the Gospel of the Apostles, the bond of marriage cannot be loosed because of the sin of adultery of either party, or that neither party, even though he be innocent, having given no cause for the sin of adultery, can contract another marriage during the lifetime of the other, and that he commits adultery who marries another for putting away his adulterous spouse, and likewise she commits adultery who puts away her husband and marries another, let him be anathema. And so this tells us, even with, he goes on to say, even with the seriousness of the circumstance of adultery, that does not justify a divorce. Neither does anything of lesser circumstances. So if we approach marriage in that way as Catholics, it saves us a lot of heartache, a lot of trouble. And you know, a lot of times when couples end up unhappy, they want to look at an annulment. And it's almost, in my opinion, to the point of abuse in our culture, in our society, of using it as a Catholic divorce. And you know, we need to look at that and say, well, what is an annulment really supposed to be? It is when a couple has circumstances or a situation, an impediment, at the time they contract the marriage, not afterwards, where they are unable to commit to that marriage. And a situation might be coercion, where somebody's forcing them to make this commitment when they don't go with their own free volition. That would be one of those types of situations. But if at that time they both are serious about what they're doing and they make that commitment, then it's a valid marriage and it can't be broken. Something might happen where maybe an abusive situation or a situation where they can't live together anymore, they just can't stand to do it. Well, maybe they would separate, but they cannot remarry. And clearly, as it says in the Gospel from the mouth of Christ Himself, that if someone is married in a valid marriage, divorces, and marries someone else, that is the sin of adultery, a mortal sin. If someone is in mortal sin, they go to hell. You know, and I am saying this because I care about others. I love others, and I don't want to see anybody burn in hell. So we have to bring that light of truth. And anyone we know in that situation, it is charitable if we bring that truth to them. And we also have the natural consequences of this sin. What Pope Pius XI had said, you know, there are all sorts of reasons, justifications, where the people will want their changes in the law to come about so that divorce would be allowed. And this is back in 1930. He's talking about this almost 100 years ago. But he says, what about this? The natural consequences. The loss of natural wealth, and he's actually quoting Leo XIII, is brought about more by the corruption of morals than by anything else. It is easily seen that divorce, which born of perverted morals of a people and leads, as experiments show, to vicious habits in public and private life. Now, this is before 1930 because he's quoting a predecessor Pope, Leo XIII. Look at what's going on around us, and we have embraced divorce. It's normal in our culture. Once divorce has been allowed, there will be no sufficient means of keeping it in check. That's where we are now, within any definite bounds. So the whole point of marriage in the Catholic Church is it's for life. It doesn't end. You got to stick it out. So make it work. Just decide, make the decision that you're going to be happy and that you're going to remain committed to your spouse for life. That's our moral decadence for this time. Come back and see us for more here at Fix the Family. My name is Raylan Alomar. God bless you.